A number of smart drivers now are returning to driving after the pandemic, and some of them are finding that they have fear and anxiety around driving. And this is perfectly normal. It's not something that is wrong with you. First and foremost, we're duped by driving. We think that driving is easy because we see other people doing it on a daily basis. The reality is that driving is the most complex task we do almost every day or on a regular basis. We're also duped by the fact that because we're traveling at higher speeds in a vehicle that we think that this is easy. The reality is that we have biological limitations. We're not cheetahs. We can't run at 40 or 50 miles an hour. We're designed to run at 15 or 20 miles an hour. Of course, depending on what kind of shape you're in. Putting ourselves in a car and driving down the road at 60 or 70 miles per hour, we need to implement other skills and strategies and techniques to keep ourselves safe. And one of the most important ways that we do that is by controlling space, because speed is distance over time. And if we can control space, we can control distance around our vehicle, we have time to work, we have time to observe, we have time to process traffic situations and respond accordingly. If you're following too close, you're going to be reactionary. And when we're reactionary, oftentimes we react badly, which results in a crash. So controlling space, time to work the controls of the vehicle, time to process the traffic situation and make the correct decision. For example, if you're looking far down the road and you're on the interstate, you're going to see that vehicle coming out onto the freeway and merging. And you're either going to slow down by taking your foot off the throttle and slowing your speed a little bit, or if it's clear, you can move over to the next lane, allowing the person to merge out onto the highway and freeway. Maintain distance around your vehicle. If vehicles are tailgating you, simply increase your following distance in front, and that way either they're going to go around you, or now you can drive your vehicle for yourself and that bonehead behind you that's tailgating you. Big trucks on the highway, interstate, stay away from them. Give them a good distance, because things fall off trucks, flat deck trucks and those types of things. Drivers make errors and leave bars and tools and whatnot on the back of the deck. Logging trucks, things fall off the load and those types of things, small rocks and whatnot, so you can prevent chips in your windshield. And I'll put a video up in the corner here for you on operating around semi trucks to keep yourself safe. But have a good distance between your vehicle and the semi truck. And if you're passing, get past them quickly, so that way it's not limiting your view. And again, you're protecting your space. You're maintaining that minimum safe distance between you and other traffic on the roadway. The other piece of driving that could create anxiety and fear around driving is changing road infrastructure, bridges, overpasses, mountains, curves, anything that is going to change the lighting condition, because we're very sensitive to light. And most of the information that we require for driving comes through our eyes. So if there's a change in the infrastructure, there's a bridge, there's an overpass, or there's a large body of water which is reflecting sunlight, all of this is going to cause you to react to the situation. Again, you want to be looking farther down the road so that you can see these coming and you can respond accordingly, because you don't want to slow down when you go under an underpass, because the light has changed. It's gone from bright sunlight to shadow in the underpass. So take note of that and know that most of the time you're going to respond to this. If you're in the mountains, you're going uphill, you're going downhill, again, be looking farther down the road and aiming your vehicle, because your vehicle will go where you're looking. Know that you have anxiety around this, but maintain a constant speed. Keep up with the traffic flow if you can, or the posted speed limit. By going slower than the traffic flow, you're being unpredictable and you're going to cause backups, especially on 2-lane skinny roads, which is opposing lanes of traffic. And vehicles are going to back up behind you and they're going to try and pass you, and that makes for another dangerous situation. So it's better post license if you can keep up with the traffic flow. Another point on these 2-lane skinnies, if you need to pass or somebody else wants to pass, wait for the passing lane. So you have a big truck in front of you, for example, and you're going slower than you want, wait for the passing lane. These passing lanes are going to be every 5 or 10 miles, and it's safer to wait for the passing lane than it is to get out into that oncoming traffic lane and try and pass and determine speed and time and whatnot. And head-on crashes are one of the most deadly, especially at higher speeds. So if you can wait for a passing lane, that's going to be your safer option. Another way to reduce fear and anxiety around driving on highways and in changing traffic conditions is to use cruise control when you're out on the highways. This is going to eliminate one of the distractions. The distraction is controlling your speed. With cruise control, you can now control your speed, and that's one less thing that you have to monitor when you're driving. And that will allow you to look farther down the road, look for those changing traffic conditions, bridges, overpass, hills, construction, the concrete barriers, and those types of things. So learn how to use cruise control. Now, for many people, they feel like they don't have control of their vehicle when they're on cruise because they haven't figured out how to hit the cancel button very quickly. So you want to practice a little bit, and you want to get on some roads that aren't busy, very low density traffic, and you want to practice canceling the cruise control. Newer vehicles are going to have a cancel button. Some of the older vehicles, mine for example, has a 5-speed manual transmission. If I just touch the clutch, it automatically disengages the cruise control. You can also hit the brake, but that's not your best response because you don't want to touch the brake and turn the brake lights on because it's going to cause a ripple effect behind you. You want to use the cancel button or touch the clutch to cancel the cruise control on your vehicle. But get used to that, and like I said, it will reduce one of the things that you have to do, which is monitor your speed, and now you can maintain constant speed, and you can be looking farther down the road for those changing road conditions that are causing you anxiety. Overpasses, bridges, large bodies of water with changes in light, and all the other things that are causing you to have grief and anxiety and kind of, white knuckling the steering wheel. Last point, take a break every hour, get out, walk around the vehicle, repeat your mantra to yourself. I'm a good driver, I'm driving well, I'm safe. Repeat that mantra and that will help you to relax. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in through your nose, into your navel, hold for 3 seconds. Breathe out through your mouth, repeating your mantra, I am a safe driver, I am a good driver, I am doing well. Get back in the vehicle and drive. So have those breaks, have those mantras, and practice that breathing. The breathing will cause your body to relax. Question for my smart drivers. Have you experienced post-pandemic anxiety while driving on highways in other places that cause you a little bit of fear when you're driving? Leave a comment down in the comment section there. For more information, smartdrivetest.com. And remember, pick the best answer, not necessarily the right answer. Have a great day. Bye now.